Hello everybody, a late Merry Christmas from me. I hope you had wonderful holidays. We certainly did. We had lots of family here and it was great fun and just overall a really wonderful time. I apologize for my voice. I came down with a cold yesterday. I have somewhat of a temperature, not too terrible, so that explains my voice, so I apologize for that. But I just wanted to take the time before the new year starts to show you my new bullet journal 2017. I've been working over the past, 2 weeks to set up the more general pages in the beginning and at the end of the journal. And I would like to show you. This is my old one. I started this August 1st and literally have used it every day since then. Before that, I was in a Filofax Domino for the first half of the year and loved it, but the bullet journal is definitely more for me. So I'm very excited to continue that bullet journal journey with my new Leuchtturm 1917. I think this color is called lime green and I use it in a dot grid, which I totally love. It gives me lots of freedom and still gives me, some guiding lines in here. And I can't wait to start using it. This is my old one. It just so happens that it's pretty much full. I just have enough pages left for the next 2 days and to do a little review of the past year. And then this one is full, so yeah, look at the difference. It's amazing. So I get to start a brand new one with the brand new year and I'm very excited about it. I just need to check if I'm in frame here. Not really. Well, that's slightly better. I'm on the floor here, by the way, because that's where the best light is, so I think it works. So let's jump right in. I did not do any of this yet. Here is the index, which I can start filling out now because I got my first 2 pages done. And here is my title page for 2017. I picked a lotus flower for all its symbolic meanings. I'm not gonna bore you with this right now. You can Google it if you're curious, but it's kind of like my flower of the year. I did a little key here that got totally crooked. I don't know what happened, but whatever. Then here is the first spread, the Calendex. I have not worked with a Calendex in my old journal. I am using it in the second Leuchtturm that I use just for my businesses. And I really like the Calendex and I thought I would add one to my personal or my general bullet journal, and so far I've only filled out holidays and birthdays and I cannot wait to see what happens when I have this in my bullet journal. See if it helps, if I refer to it often. I do believe I will. I marked this page here with a little yellow washi, this guy here, just for easy referral, just to find it quicker. Then I prepared this double page just for quotes because my quotes always end up on some scrap paper and then I intend to hand letter them and that never happens, so I'm just not even gonna attempt that anymore. I'm just gonna slap inspirational stuff and quotes on these 2 pages here, kind of like all over the place and not in any order. So that will be fun. So they have a place to go to as well. Then here we have the best of 12 months. I have been using a gratitude log since, I believe, March 2016, up until now, and lately I found myself repeating myself a lot. I usually fill out my tracker as well as my gratitude log before I go to sleep, and sometimes I'm just so tired. And it sounds horrible, but you start repeating yourself. You have just an average day, you know what you're grateful for, and you just keep repeating yourself. And I've done that. I've done a gratitude log all year almost now, and I just it it doesn't serve the purpose anymore. To me, the purpose is to really sit down and reflect, what am I really grateful for? And when I sit there at 11 o'clock at night and I'm so tired, there's no reflection anymore. It sounds horrible, but there isn't. So for this year, I decided to have a little box for each month, and either at the end of the month or when things happen that are just awesome, I'll write it down here. I did prepare the whole year. I do not think this bullet journal will last me any longer than April, but I don't know, I made the whole thing just to see what happens. Same goes for the Calendex. I didn't want to do a half Calendex, so I did the whole year. Next up is, this is what I want in 2017. This is my resolutions or goals page. I didn't want to call it that because for me this is kind of maybe setting me up for failure, setting me up for disappointment. The resolutions, the goals, the tasks, it sounds so, I don't know. So I decided to call it, this is what I want in 2017. No pressure. This is what I want. I still have to fill it out. I gave myself plenty of space. I don't know if it will be along the lines of 18 before 2018 or just a collection of things that I want in the new year. I'll find out. Next up we have my happy place. Basically anything that makes me happy. A meal, a book, a ritual, something that currently I really like doing and makes me feel good. I would like to keep track of that and use these 2 pages to write these things down. So when you have a bad day, not such a great day, you can just refer back to it and be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll do this, or maybe this would be great now. These days, everybody has these days, right? So that's my happy place spread. Next one is fun. This is my cat tracker with a little drawing from my nephew who spent Christmas with us as well. We have 2 cats. This is Freddy and this is Mia. And that's their little scratch post thing that we have in the living room, and he jumps down and I found it so cute it had to go in my bullet journal. And the purpose of the cat tracker is, first off, vet dates, when and what for, what shots did they get, what was the reason we went to the vet. And this is to hold my husband and I accountable for when we brush them, clean the ears and trim the claws a little bit. Because whenever something like this happens, can you see that? I'm like, oh, we need to trim the claws again. So I did this until July, and basically when we cut claws or trim claws, I write a little C in there. It's just to keep us accountable, to see at one glance how good are we at this, we need to improve the next month, we need to do this more often. Oh, it's already been 3 weeks that we brushed them, and that can't happen. We need to be better about this, and I had this for the past 3 months in my old journal, and it did improve things, so I kept it. And that's them, by the way. This is the last of the front pages, so to speak. It's a little home improvement spread. We want to make a few changes this year, and I'll just list them here and hopefully tick off as many as I can. And I added these 2 cutouts from an old copy of Flow magazine. I just thought that was, home improvement house. I mean, yeah, made sense. And then in the back here, I have a page for gift ideas. Just because I really truly suck. It's somebody's birthday, say in a week from now, and I sit there and I need to come up with a present. And of course, right at that time, you just can't remember anything. But, of course, 3 months earlier, you had this genius idea for the perfect present, but somehow you forgot it. So, these hopefully genius ideas are gonna go in here, and then when the birthday rolls around, or Christmas, I can refer back to this page. Then here is another one that I had in my old bullet journal, our favorite meals. It's basically a collection of all the stuff that we always like. So when we run out of ideas or it's a busy week, we can refer back to this list and be like, oh, we didn't have this in a while, and oh, we could make this. Just to take the thinking out of the whole grocery shopping thing and meal planning adventure. This helps greatly. I have it in here as well. Like I said, let me just find it for you. We just did this, we filled it out together, and that's really when we do not want to try new stuff, when it just needs to be quick and easy, we refer back to this list, and we used it a lot. Then these two guys here, the books to read and movies to watch. We stream most of our movies on Netflix or Amazon Prime, and of course every time we want to watch a movie it takes us about half an hour to find something. So over the next weekend probably my husband and I are gonna sit together and, you know, pick movies that we both like, fill this out, and each time we have movie night we can just be like, oh, this will be cool, let's watch it. And then I intend to give it maybe a little rating to see if, you know, just for reference. So that's really convenient. And my books to read, I see so many great book suggestions. I watch book review videos on YouTube, or a friend tells you about a great book, and where does it go? On some piece of scrap paper, usually with me. Or it's somewhere in the middle of the journal where you will never remember that it's even in there. So this is all sticker paper. I put this in there, and I can write all the titles on the spines of the books and have it as a reference list whenever, you know, I run out of books, I want to order new books, buy new books, I can refer back to this list. Whenever I finished one or I purchased one, I would color in the books, and it's really that simple. And you can get these 3 pages on my Etsy shop, which I will link down below. They come pretty much like this. This is the colored version of the books to read. There are different variations on my shop. This is the movies to watch list. I have this one on there. So if you want to check it out, please click the link below. Lastly, in my new journal, I put in my color swatches. I love coloring, and as you can see from my other videos, and these color swatches, I made them a few months ago, and they help me greatly to pick the right shades, and, you know, always looks different on paper than what the pencil looks like, and this way I don't always have to have scrap paper and try things out. And the same goes for my Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners, and this is for the Faber-Castell Polychromos, which I used. I was surprisingly smart enough to make these color swatches on the perforated pages of my old bullet journal, so I could just take them out, use a little bit of washi tape, and stick them in my new journal. So that saved me a lot of time. Instead of redoing these, I just tape them in here, and it works great. So this is it for my setup. I'll probably just leave a few pages here in case I, you know, come up with something else that I would like to have at the beginning of my journal. And then I'll start with my January setup, probably tonight or after I'm done editing this video. And in terms of what I'm using, in terms of the tools that I'm mostly using, I love my Pitt Artist pens. They are great, they are true black, they are smooth, they are awesome. Then I love my Edding brush pens. They are for hand lettering, or I use them to just, you know, color little doodles or whatever. I love them, they are great. They're great quality and way less pricey than the Tombos. And of course I have that's part of my stash of washi tape. And I mostly use the washi tape to mark pages for easy reference, but sometimes I use it for decorative purposes to spice up the pages a little bit. And I use my Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners pretty much every day. That's all I'm using, that's all I used for the setup, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to wish you a happy new year. May all your wishes come true. I wish you a lot of health, laughter, and love. And I hope to see or talk to you very soon. Thank you for watching, and a happy new year. Bye!